If you've already given up on your 2025 goals, I've got something you need to hear. If all you had is a list of habits and goals with arbitrary numbers you plucked out of thin air, you're setting yourself up to fail. This is especially true if you have a history of making big plans but not following through, like past me. So hear me out and don't lose hope, because I come with solutions. There's one crucial thing you can do differently this year to make sure that doesn't happen. Stick around, because I'm going to share how a simple analysis of your available time can be the game changer you need to actually hit some goals, big or small. You'll be shocked when I reveal what I found out when I did this for myself, because I was shocked. Okay, let's dive in. Realistic goal setting, the harsh reality check. The reason you don't achieve your goals is not because your goals are out of reach. It's because you don't realistically account for your time, while simultaneously underestimating how much time and attention each goal actually requires of you in order to noticeably move the needle. On top of that, consistency is one of the most important factors in goal setting, and poor time management makes this virtually impossible. We often think we have more time than we actually do, and that's where the problems begin. So, why do we constantly misjudge our time? Studies show that most people are terrible at estimating how long tasks will take. Plus, we fall into a few common traps. We assume we have more time in the future than we actually do. We underestimate how long tasks will take. We overestimate how much we can get done in a single day. We forget to account for interruptions and unexpected events, and we assume that our future selves will be more motivated and more productive than present day us. Newsflash, chasing that person is like chasing tomorrow. They never show up. These misconceptions create a false sense of security and lead to poor time management, something I have struggled with for as long as I can remember. And it finally made sense when I delved deeper and started viewing my time as a resource and my goals as little tasks that needed to fit within that limited resource every day. It sounds so obvious to say out loud, but so many of us don't see the link and are still making goals like, I'm going to read 30 books this year. Now, maybe that's a fine goal and you could benefit from reading 30 books in a year for sure. But what if you also want to lose weight and work on your business and learn a new language? When you add it all up, all the extra hours you'll need to be putting into those things, do you actually have time to be dedicating hours per day to reading for the sake of an arbitrary number you liked the sound of? It also pays to think about, what is that big goal that you're actually working towards? Figure out which goals are actually a priority based on that. Reading books for you might even be the easiest goal, but is it the right goal? Now, let me share something shocking I discovered when I did my own time analysis. I tracked every hour of my week, detailing how much time I spent on daily commitments like work, childcare, sleep. I even factored in the hours I needed for fitness, business, hobbies, my relationship, commuting. When I added it all up, I was trying to fit in over 180 hours worth of activities into a 168-hour week, which, by the way, is how much time we all have in a week, because that doesn't change. I had an expectation problem, which was leading to messiness, overwhelm, and ultimately causing me to get even less done. No wonder I felt like I was constantly running out of time and falling short. My ideal life and the expectations I had been carrying only existed in imaginary land, far, far away, with many more hours in the day. I was not meeting myself where I was at. So, if you've been feeling a similar way, this is what you need to do to fix it. Start with doing a detailed analysis of your time, like I've done. This means taking a really hard look at how you spend every hour of your day. Open up your calendar app and mock up a week, blocking in everything you have to do, including school drop-offs, dinner, bedtime routine, preparing for the next day, as well as how many hours you currently sleep. Not what you want to do, but what you currently do to start with. And I know what you're thinking. That sounds tedious, but trust me, it's worth it. One of the benefits to seeing more clearly how your life is structured is a reduction in that mental load we all carry throughout the day. Here's some tips to get you started. Number 1, track your time. After writing down your core commitments, start writing down everything else you envisage yourself achieving in a week. Think exercise, a morning routine, hobbies, side hustles, reading, date nights, visiting family, cleaning, meal prepping, etc., etc. I left no stone unturned. Now, estimate how much time you spend doing these things weekly, or how much time you want to spend. I used AI to help me estimate things like the cleaning tasks that I wanted to get done every week, as this can be the hardest thing, I think, to get accurate. Things like work, meals, exercise, showering, and getting ready are easier to estimate because we do those things over and over again on time limits. I've put a list of categories for you to work through in my bio to help you get started. Number 2. Calculation time. Add everything up. It's going to reveal everything you are trying to achieve in a week. I think this is going to reveal one of two things. Either you actually have heaps of time you could be utilizing, in which case step 3 is going to be really important for you, or you are like me and you find you've been imagining that you can get way more done than is humanly possible. Either way, knowledge is power. So that leads us on to step 3, identifying time wasters. This is especially important if you've discovered you have lots of leftover hours in your week but have been feeling like you have no time. So look for activities that are taking up too much of your time without giving you much value in return. Hint, hint, screen time and oversleeping are good places to start. Once you've identified the leaks in your schedule, it's time to plug them up and reallocate your hours to what truly matters to you. Number 4. Prioritize. Decide where you can cut back and where you need to invest more time. In my case, this actually meant lowering my housekeeping expectation. And my house is not tidy all the time. That is not what I mean. It's very much the opposite. I spent last year attempting to keep the house clean 24/7. And it was a full-time job. Also, I realized it didn't actually get me closer to achieving any of the things that are most important to me. So wiping the skirting boards once a month is something I gave a shot, but I'll happily swap that time out for doing something more creative. Thanks. Permission to relax my own expectations here has been a game changer. Number 5 is plan ahead. Use what you've learned and create a realistic schedule that aligns with your goals. Number 6, our final point is acceptance. Accepting that you can't do it all at once. Now that you're clear on what you can realistically achieve, you need to view any time wasters as something that is replacing the very precious and finite resource that is your time. There is no doing it later, okay? Imagine your year as a VHS tape. Every low-value activity that you record overwrites time that could have been used for learning, connection, growth, anything else. Don't let your life tape be one big scroll of social media. So, to summarize, by understanding exactly where your time is going, you can start to manage it better and make room for the things that actually matter to you. We will get into how to identify these things in depth in another video, but for now, moving on to setting yourself up for success. Now that you know where your time is going, you can set yourself up for success. Here are a few tips to keep you on track. Break down your big goals. Divide your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This makes them less intimidating and is the only way, in my opinion, to any long-term success. Set priorities. This is simple. Focus on what's most important to you in the long term. Create a routine. Consistency is key. Develop a routine that incorporates your goals but also fills your cup, and stick to it. Even when you're bored, even when you feel uninspired, even when you don't want to. Even when I'm feeling uninspired, I remind myself, sorry brain, you're being overridden. I'm the boss, not you. I know it sounds silly, but it has been working. Alrighty, I hope something here has resonated with you today. I want you to make 2025 the year you crush your goals by mastering your time management. I will be right there with you, fumbling along, just trying to do a little better than I did last year. So remember, we're competing with ourselves, not anyone else. If you found this video helpful, take a look at my next video, which will be coming soon. If there are any points you'd like me to elaborate on, or things you disagree with even, pop a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you all. Until next time, you've got this. Bye.